Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another Vintage Matchbox Monday episode where we take a look at typically five Matchbox cars that could range anywhere in the time of Matchbox from usually around the 60s to the early 90s, all the way up to then. And yeah, I know vintage is a loose term with these videos, but we're going to take a look at some vans in this episode. And this first one that you're looking at here is the 4x4 Chevy van. This particular variation of it, I believe, came out in 1989. It is in 1/74 scale. I believe the regular Chevy van casting that's not without the lifted base is still in use by Matchbox. I think the last time they released a 4x4 version, though, was like in 2006, at least of this tooling. So it was from 1982 all the way up to 2006. This one does sport a metal base with a one rivet construction. It's hooked into the back right here. Made in Macau. And it's a pretty sweet van. Pretty sweet Chevy van. It's got the little window on the side there. It's got a couple of windows up top. And then the tampo action, when you're looking at it under camera, you can see that it's like cracking, which is kind of interesting. So however they printed this on the side of this van, the method that they used, this is actually starting to crack on the sides. And actually, I didn't even notice it until I got it under this light and under this camera, which happens a lot. Once I get things under the camera and we look at them up close, we start to see things that I didn't see otherwise, or at least didn't notice. All right, so here is that, and that is the first car we're going to take a look at. Pretty cool little van. And the next one's going to be this guy here. Here's a van. This is the Ford Transit. I'm not sure when these came out. I believe the casting was used from 96 to 2006, and then it was also there's a one with roof lights on it too, like almost like a police van kind of thing, or emergency vehicle. This is not that one with the emergency lights, obviously. This one's got a motorsport deco on it. I actually couldn't find out when this came out. In the collection these came from, he listed it as a special, which usually means that this was some sort of promo piece. It is in 1/63 scale, made in Macau, copyright date 1986. It is a pretty cool little tooling. So plastic base, metal body. It's got the inserted headlamps, which appear to be part of the windshield. You do get a license plate. There's just this Transit back there. This one does have suspension too, which is always a neat feature in 1/64 scale or 1/64 scale-ish die-cast models. And then I've got one other one to look at, and that's this one here. This one's also listed as special, so it appears that it was a promo piece, and I'm guessing for Federal Express. But here it is, Federal Express Ford Transit. You got headlights. Shout out to that van guy on YouTube. Probably dig this episode. I don't know if you collect this casting or not, but maybe you know exactly what these two came from. And if you do, let me know. So yeah, he says maybe that's 5-pack is what that is. That's listed right there. It could have been part of a 5-pack, maybe a FedEx 5-pack. That's possible. This one just says special, so I don't know, or SP, which is, I think, denoted special to him. So again, this is also one rivet construction, hooks into the back. And it's kind of a neat little tooling. And I like the fact that it has a suspension. I think there's a bunch of different variations of this out there, in both with the light bar on top and without. So there's those. And then next we got, this one's really cool. This one is the Dodge Caravan in black and silver. This one's also got suspension. This is a cool casting. This was only out from 1984 to 1988. It's in 1/60th scale. This particular version that you're looking at here came out in 1984. So it's kind of an old one. It's a really cool minivan casting. It does have a plastic base. I think they all have plastic bases. I don't think there's a metal base version. It is a one rivet constructed casting. One rivet up here and it hooks into the back. The base does. That's how it's constructed. But the neatest feature with this one is it had a moving part. We got the sliding door. So the door is actually plastic, much like they do the Matchbox moving parts of today. And it slides out like a minivan door should. and then it's got a pretty accurate interior as far as how it was laid out in those minivans. Really cool casting. I think it's the only 1/64 scale Dodge Caravan of this body style that you can get. I'm pretty sure it is the only company that made one. And I got another variation of it to look at too. This one here is from 1985 and 1986. Basically, it's the same exact model. The only difference, it's even got the same interior. The only difference is the striping on the side that says that silver on the bottom. This has a silver and a gold stripe along the side of it. It still has this suspension. I believe still made in Macau, yes. And still, of course, with that opening sliding door. Very cool. Definitely dig this casting. This is a casting that I collect, and I will try to get any variation of this I don't have. Whenever I see them, and I see them cheap or whatever, I will definitely pick them up. I'm not like super actively trying to find every variation of it, because I know I think there are quite a few. But if I do come across them and they're inexpensive, I will definitely snag them. So, pretty cool. All right, and then lastly, one of my favorite Matchbox castings of all time. This is the Ford Supervan 2. This casting is very cool. It does have suspension. It is a metal body. It is a plastic base. This one, or is this one metal? Sorry. This one is metal. I think they've made it with a plastic base, though. There is a plastic base version. I'm pretty sure there is. It is in 1/62 scale. Made in Macau, this particular one. This particular one is from 1986 and is the first release of this. It's got a very dark, and again, the way that they printed these, you got that cracking in the tampos. This is a very dark navy blue. The more common one to find would be a lighter blue, lighter shade of blue on the side here. But this is the, I guess, at least I haven't come across this one nearly as much as I've come across the other one. This one, the casting itself was only used until 1989, but there are quite a few variations of it. It does not have an interior. It's got just a blacked out windshield. Possibly part of the reason why this was also used in like the Lights and Sound series. So there is a version of this that has like a light, not a light bar, but two lights on top. And when you pressed it down, it would make noise and the lights would flash. So it was part of that, and that's, I guess, probably part of the reason why it was designed without an interior. And it could just been a cost savings thing as well, but I don't know. It's got a metal base, so. But like I said, I'm sure there are versions of it with a plastic base. And I believe also then that this front grille piece is also part of this windshield piece. I don't think I've ever taken one of these apart, so I don't know for sure. One rivet construction, I guess, is the trend for vans and Matchbox. But I love this van. I think this van is really cool. I actually would think it'd be cool, like if Hot Wheels released one of these in a car culture thing and redid the tooling for the Supervan 2. And did a car culture van series. I think that would be pretty awesome. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode, guys. This is my favorite one probably of the episode. Second, of course, is going to be these Dodge Caravans. This would be third. And the Ford Transits are cool, but I don't really dig them all that much. But let me know what you guys think of this episode, and thank you for watching another Matchbox Monday. If you do like these Matchbox Monday episodes, of course, I've got them in a complete playlist where you can watch every episode that I've come out with for this series. Some pretty neat and nifty things from Matchbox. So thank you guys very much. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a good day.